Have you ever stopped and asked yourself, why am I doing this thing? Whatever it is. Now, specifically the thing that's coming to my mind is what people have been posting on social media. I'm not saying one specific point, like a specific stance or whatever it is, but how many times before you post something on social media do you say, why am I doing this? What is my motivation? What do I hope to gain out of doing this? Whether you're just sharing a picture or sharing a post or writing just some random post, what is your intent? What is your motivation for doing this? A lot of times, a lot of us know the sort of person that will say, worst day ever, and then send it. And then you're left as the receiver of that message to go, what's going on? Did their wife leave them? Did they lose their job? It's like, oh no, their football team lost or something, whatever, right? And you're left to try and figure out what they're fishing for. So now if your intent is to say, hey, I want to get attention and I want people to ask me what's going on in my life, okay, I guess I understand that. That's your intent. That's what you're going for. But a lot of the times, especially whether it's a political post or some sort of stance you're taking about something, a lot of times we'll make a post, and is the intent of yours really to try and convince other people or to show people in a loving way the error of their ways? Now, I understand the idea of going, well, hey, I think that so-and-so is doing something wrong with their life. I want to help them understand how they can do things differently. That's great. That's a noble intention, but are you going to beat them over the head with a bat, or you're just going to throw an article in their face that is something that is contrary to what their belief system is and say, well, I made a post on Facebook about how apples are better than oranges. Now that person isn't going to like oranges quite as much. I showed them I've done my work. I've contributed to society. You really think that's going to make a difference? The only way that these things are going to change, or that you're going to convince someone to reevaluate their belief system, is to have a sit-down discussion with these people. Find out why it is they believe what they do. Now, for example, if you know someone who doesn't drink alcohol and you want them to come out drinking, is it going to change their life to post a picture on Facebook saying how, hey, look at how much fun I'm having drinking tonight, or to post an article saying, oh, hey, a glass of wine a day is good for your health. See, you should come out and drink with us. I mean, that's not going to make any difference. If anything, it's going to galvanize them in their stance they already had before. And then maybe you sit down with them and say, hey, I really wish you'd come out drinking with us. Why don't you drink? And they say, well, maybe they have a deeply held religious belief system, or maybe one of their best friends died in an alcohol-related accident, and ever since then they've just decided they won't ever touch it. Maybe they were in an accident where they were the one that were drunk before, and they've decided to change their life and they're sober from now on. So whatever it is, you're never going to get someone to change to see your perspective unless you're willing to see what their perspective is. Where are they coming from? And then even then, maybe you're not going to change their perspective, but you'll at least have a better understanding and respect for one another. And you can go, hey, you and I may not have similar belief systems, or you and I may never see eye to eye on this specific topic, but at least I understand you. At least I don't have to sit here and be condescending to you, or to be rude to you, or try and be overbearing. And then you can just say, you know what, I love you for who you are, I respect you for who you are, I'm not going to bring this up anymore. I have several friends who have different belief systems from me, who have different practices as far as what type of movies they'll watch, what type of drinks they'll drink, what type of food they'll eat, whatever it is. I don't live there. I don't live in going, oh, you're a vegetarian? Well, let me tell you why you should eat meat, or vice versa, right? Oh, you do CrossFit? Let me tell you why you should do Zumba instead. Whatever it is. Why live there? Why live in our differences? I don't see how it enhances anyone's life to do that. So the bottom line is, what is your motivation? What is your intent? If you're going to post something on Facebook, for example, why am I making this video? I want to bring people closer together. I don't want to drive them apart. I've seen enough happen on social media lately, or with family members saying something and then offending someone else and destroying and ruining relationships. And it sickens me and it saddens me that you can spend all this time, all these years, building a relationship with a person, only to thoughtlessly say something and have that all go away. And maybe it wasn't your intent to do that. But it's not my intent, if I were to go drink and drive, to kill someone that night. But my actions don't matter when it comes to what my intent was. My actions are what happened. So think about your intent. Think about your motivation. Why are you making the post you do? Do you just want to find people who agree with you? Okay, I understand that. Or are you trying to change the world? And if you're going to do that, Figure out a better way to do it in a way that will best influence the people that you want to influence in your life. Or take the time to figure out where they're coming from. Or you know what, maybe just don't make the post at all. Maybe talk to someone that you know agrees with you, but don't throw it out there for the world to see or to bash someone over the head that doesn't agree with you. Hopefully your intent is to come together, not to press apart. Hopefully this helps someone out there who may be wondering about this or struggling with this, and hopefully this helps save some relationships before it's too late. Thanks. Just something to think about.